Welcome to PC Analytics. Today, we're going to dig into the differences between the DeepCool Assassin III versus the golden benchmark, the Noctua NH-D15. We've got our test bench right here, ready to put these coolers to the test and give you all the information you need to make the perfect choice for your setup. The Noctua NH-D15 comes in two color schemes, all black or the traditional Noctua colors, and is considered the golden benchmark of coolers with its large size and excellent cooling performance. The NH-D15 cooler has 6 heat pipes and has two large 150mm fans. On the other hand, the Assassin III is a similar sized cooler with 5 heat pipes and two 140mm fans. However, it only comes with black fans and a silver heatsink. The budget-friendly Assassin III is slightly harder to install than the premium-priced NH-D15. However, we know you're here to see how these coolers differ in terms of performance, so let's dive into it. We've tested both coolers with the AMD 5800X CPU over idle, high, and overclock temperatures, and have two sets of charts to show you. One that looks at performance normalized by percent speeds, and one that looks at performance normalized by sound. In our first set of charts normalized by percent speeds, we have temperatures on the left represented by the solid line, noise on the right represented by the dashed line, and percent speeds on the bottom. For this graph, lower is always better. At idle, the Assassin III in blue runs slightly cooler than the NH-D15 in red. As we turn up the heat to 105 watts, we can see that the Assassin III runs slightly cooler at the lower RPMs, but this difference shrinks quickly as the fans approach 40% fan speed. Additionally, the NH-D15 runs quieter at the higher percent speeds, and as we pump up the heat to overclock levels of 125 watts, we can see that the Assassin III's advantage goes away as the NH-D15 runs slightly cooler at the higher RPMs. In our second set of charts normalized by sound, we have temperatures on the left, noise on the bottom, with lower being better. At idle, the Assassin III runs slightly cooler for a given noise level, and as we pump up the heat to 105 watts, the cooling differences shrink to minimal levels. And when we push the CPU to 125 watts, we can see that the NH-D15 slightly outperforms the Assassin III. And if you're curious on how the Assassin III stacks up against one of the top budget coolers, the AK620, you should check out this video comparing these two coolers. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this content and found it valuable, I invite you to support us by giving us a thumbs up or hitting that subscribe button. Your support is appreciated.